The key to being able to attract a partner or girlfriend in your dreams or boyfriend, whatever you want in your life, is to be 100% comfortable with doing the things that you like by yourself. Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Bo Green and welcome to the Sober Confidence Podcast. Now, I want to ask you guys a question. When people stop drinking, what do you feel like the most uncomfortable thing is for people who have been drinking for most of their life? What do you think the most uncomfortable thing is? Number one, the number one question I get asked the most out of my clients who just got sober is, how do I go on dates without drinking? How do I meet people without drinking? How do I attract somebody that I'm attracted to without drinking? So today we're going to be going over is how to attract a woman or a man into your life effortlessly and without even having to get their number. So you ready to learn? All right, let's dive in. So when I stopped drinking, I realized that I had a problem. I was going out, I was trying to go on dates, but I felt so awkward and uncomfortable. I didn't know when I should kiss the girl or if they wanted to kiss me or what I should do on the date. I just felt all this awkward energy and I realized that that was a problem. Something needed to change. So I went and I researched all these different things like I think the one is called the Tao of Badass, other things so that I could try to attract women in my life without drinking because it was really bothering me. I knew that I was an attractive guy. I had a lot of good qualities going for me, good things going for me, but I feel like I would mess it up by feeling awkward. So if you're feeling that right now, if you're on your sober journey or you're sober curious looking to quit, then I feel you, I've been there. And that's why I wanted to create this video for you. So the number one thing that people always forget when they're going on a date is you have to figure out what type of relationship that you want in the first place, right? You have to be very specific. Are you looking for something casual? Are you looking for a long-term relationship? Are you looking for somebody that you can grow old with or move to the Philippines with or travel with? It really depends on what you want. And this part does not matter. It's totally up to you. Like really write down exactly what type of relationship. Even if you want an open relationship, you have to be very specific on what relationship that you want so you can find out if the other person wants the same thing, right? So let's just say you're meeting somebody for the first time, you hang out and you have a cup of coffee. Maybe this doesn't come up right away, but one of the most attractive things that you can have is for somebody that you were on a date with or hanging out with to know that you know exactly what you're looking for in a relationship. Not like, well, I don't know, I'm just gonna figure it out. Like if you're wishy-washy, it's not attractive. Because the thing that's good about this is the other person will automatically start to qualify themselves. Even if they're not even interested, they're like, well, yeah, I agree with that. Oh yeah, I totally vibe. Or they'll be like, oh, I really don't vibe with this. And that's totally okay. But just being specific on what you want, what type of relationship is key. So definitely get that done before you start hanging out with people. Now, the next thing that people usually skip over when they're trying to date or find somebody because they really want that extra loving person in their life is they forget to love themselves first. The key to being able to attract a partner or the girlfriend in your dreams or boyfriend, whatever you want in your life, is to be 100% comfortable with doing the things that you like by yourself. Because there is nothing more attractive than somebody who is independent and knows how to have fun and meet friends and do the things without needing somebody else. Because when you have that needing energy, the energy of, oh, I need somebody else to complete me, I need somebody else to get my shit together, I need somebody else to have fun because I'm not comfortable by myself, it is very unattractive. That means the opposite is very attractive when you're very secure with yourself, when you like to go out and have fun and do fun things and meet friends, and that's a very attractive quality, being independent. And when you're able to do that, you will just automatically start attracting more people in your life because they don't feel that neediness that you need them. They feel lucky to be with you because they know that you are comfortable being by yourself and having more fun, and they would just want to join that fun. So those 2 points, or more of the being, right? You're being confident and independent by yourself. You know exactly what relationship you want. So that's kind of like the setup for everything. We haven't even talked about going out and meeting people. That's just the energetic setup. Now, we're gonna be talking about the doing, what you actually can and will do in order to attract people or women in your life effortlessly without having to give their number. All right, the first one is key. It's people, places, and things. So the people and places and things that you want to do and you want to go out and enjoy are things that you like to do. Hang out with the people that you like, not because they're cool, not because they're rich and famous, because they're people that you like. And then do the things that you like to do. Either it's yoga, meditation, going to a rock concert, whatever you want to do that thing, and you will meet people that are similar to you. And then the places, that kind of goes along with the rock concert, you know? Maybe your friends back in college or back in high school, they didn't even know that you like rock, but you were kind of embarrassed to share it because nobody else liked it. But when you go to that rock concert, when you go to the alternative, live band or open mic night by yourself, you'll start to meet people that are more like you because you're always changing. Sometimes when we stick around our same friends that we met like a long time ago, it's hard for us to change and to grow. And then when we're in that environment, we don't really mingle as much with the people that we're looking for. But when we're actually able to look inside of ourselves and realize these are the things that I like to do, I'm gonna go do them by myself, you will attract other people who like to do the same. And instead of needing to drink to make yourself like the things that you don't actually like, you actually like them without having to use substances. So it kind of goes hand in hand. Like sometimes we drink because we don't really want to be in that certain situation or be with those people, but you don't need to drink when you're doing the things that you love, and you're going to attract the people that have that same mentality and like those same things. Okay, the next one is huge, and I wish I knew this when I was back in college, even back in high school. And I just set this like pressure on myself to go and get the girl's number. There's a good looking girl, I need to talk to them, I need to get their number. It was such like a mission based. And yeah, sure, sometimes I got the number every once in a while, sometimes I didn't. But the problem is especially when you get older, in your late 20s or into your 30s or into your 40s, that approach doesn't always work. And it's not even like it needs to work, it's just that people feel the energy of, this person just wants my number. And then they automatically may think, they just want me for this one thing, right? So instead of putting that pressure on yourself, especially if you are a man, just do the things you like to do, hang out with the people you like to hang out with, and treat everybody kind of the same, right? You go up to a guy, you talk to a guy, you talk to a girl. It doesn't matter who it is, it doesn't matter how attractive they are, because you're just talking to people because you generally want to make a connection. So the intention is just to be able to go out and meet people and have fun. And when you're able to do that, you are going to be attractive to everybody around. They'll see that and they'll be like, wow, this guy's authentic. He really has a good time. He's talking to everybody. Instead of he's singling out all the hot chicks and getting their number, I know what he's doing. So there's a big difference there. So basically treating everybody like they're the same, and then just having a good time with them. That's a huge key, instead of pressuring yourself on going to the good looking girl and getting their number. Okay, the next part is, instead of asking for their number, try to be able to relate to them in some sort of way and come to some common interests. Like, for example, if you're just talking about, oh, you just moved over here, cool, what do you like doing? And they say, oh, I like playing basketball, I like playing volleyball, I like rollerblading. I was like, you could say, oh my gosh, no way, I love rollerblading as well. Actually, I usually go every day around 5 o'clock for sunset around the pier. And it's like I look forward to it every day. And the other person or the other girl would say, oh wow, really? That sounds so fun. I'm like, yeah, I go at 5 o'clock, I'll be going every day. So if you want to join me one time, come on. Sure, no problem. I can show you around. I can show you my route, right? And then who wouldn't say yes? Even if they do have a significant other or whatever, it doesn't matter. Let's say you're connecting with a person that you're attracted with, you're attracted to, or even if it's a guy, it doesn't matter. You treat everybody the same. And so you're treating, let's just say it's in a person you're attracted to, but you're going to come to a common ground. You find the rollerblading, you introduce them, and you invite them to something that you're already doing. And then say, hey, when are you free? Oh, well, actually, I'm only really free on the weekends at 5, but How will we, sure, why don't we meet up on Saturday? Sure, that sounds like a good idea. All right, and here's the key part that people really mess up with. Maybe not mess up with, but just gives a little bit too much pressure. The pressure is the number. But if you're able to relieve that pressure and say, sure, would you like to exchange information so we can connect on Saturday? They say yes, so you're getting permission. And then the second one, you say, all right, which way works best for you? The point of what I'm saying right now is that you don't have to pressure the number. Just say, how would you like to connect? Which way of connecting works best for you? So they tell you what they are willing to give you instead of their number, because maybe they wouldn't want to give you their number. So anyway, that is like a huge tip that I wish I knew back in high school and college. That is it takes the pressure off people and it makes it more fun and free flowing. Oh my gosh, this is one of the tips that I've learned over the years that I wish that I would have known in high school as well. And it's so genius that I actually learned it from a class that I took, and it just like put off this light bulb, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is such a great idea. And what to do is basically, let's say you're going on this rollerblading experience with this woman. And what I feel like where especially men, they mess up is they're told like, don't get friend zoned. So like make sure that you cross that border as soon as possible so they know that you mean business. And while yeah, sure, that will, send want to hook up vibes and not want to be friends. Sure, that might work for some people. If it's mutual, maybe it'll work. But one approach that came to my attention during this course that I took about attraction is to friend zone them right away. Now that might sound counterintuitive, but in reality, when you only hang out with somebody one time for maybe like 30 minutes to an hour, and you automatically think that you're gonna have a romantic relationship with them and you're compatible and that you want to possibly do intimate things with them, then it kind of tells you a lot about yourself, right? Because the probability of that happening is like really low. So the better approach is to be able to just be friends with the person, to just go and hang out and do fun things with this person. And over the course of, a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, just figure out, do I see anything here romantically? And if not, you can still keep hanging out with them, because here's the key. If you hang out with them, and let's say you're not compatible romantically, but you can still have fun with them, then you automatically gain social proof, and you gained a friend, and this friend who is a woman has other friends. So they might introduce you to their other friends, or they might vouch for you as a woman, letting other women know that you're safe, you're fun, and you can have a relationship with somebody who's attractive without making moves on them. And that is huge to be able to have that social proof. So it's worth like millions of dollars to be able to have an attractive woman friend that you haven't hit on, because you don't see them in that way. And for some reason in the men's world, that's considered like, social suicide, that I have a girl who's a friend who's attractive that I don't hook up with. But in reality, it's actually a power play move. It's giving yourself more self-respect and saying, you know what, I like this person, but not in a romantic way. And it gives you social proof, and they're able to introduce you to their friends, which makes it a win-win-win for everybody. So that is a super incredible key component to this, is to be able to friend zone them. And if it does work out, which I'll go in the next point, you'll figure it out from these games. All right, so the next and final point is something that I discovered on my own, and it took me years to figure it out, because I always wanted to know these lines. The 80-20 rule. You got like this 80% looking at the eye contact and 20% nod, and like all these like manipulative games. And to me, it was like, oh, maybe it'll work, but it just sounded like weird. Like, I don't want to manipulate somebody kissing me. I want to be able to see if they fit for me. And so I came up with this idea of compatibility games. And what a compatibility game is, it's kind of like this fun, interactive game that you can create on your own, right? And I'll give you an example. I have a few. You don't have to use these, but this is just what I came up with based on what I'm attracted to, right? So for me, I feel like you can tell a lot about somebody based off of how clean and organized their car, their house, everything is. If you go in their house and it's just a shit show, like all their clothes everywhere, dirty dishes, that's probably not gonna be a match for me. I'm not gonna be attracted to that, because can you imagine being in a relationship with that person, constantly cleaning up after them? It's not fun. And usually like their environment kind of dictates their inner life as well. So I don't wanna go too deep on that, but so a big deal for me is I want them to be clean and organized, because I am too. So I came up with this game called What's in Your Trunk game. Basically what it is like, let's say after the first date, I'm walking them to their car and I would say, hey, have you ever played the What's in Your Trunk game? Of course they're gonna say no, because I made it up. And they're gonna say, no, what is it? And I'm saying, oh, it's like, I feel like you can tell a lot about somebody by what's in their trunk. And so what you do is just open up the trunk, kind of see what's in your trunk, and I kind of figure out like what kind of, a little bit more about you, just from what's in your trunk. Would that be something you'd be down to play? And 100% of the time they always say yes. And so then you kind of go over everything in their trunk, whether it be like a beach chair or rollerblades, like whatever it is, and then just kind of question it. Oh, why do you keep this in your trunk? Well, not in a mean way, but like in an inquisitive way. Oh, I didn't know you were an artist. You know what I mean? And then sometimes it just goes, you get to see the whole entire car, right? And so that to me is a compatibility game, because you're having fun and you're able to look at the interior of somebody's vehicle that reflects a lot on their character. And I'm not saying there's good or bad. Some people might love a messy trunk. Some people might love, McDonald's wrappers and food. Maybe they're like, hell yeah, mine's that way too. So I'm not saying that there's a one size fits all for these type of compatibility games, but come up with something that you like, that you're attracted to, and then be able to come up with compatibility games that makes it fun, that kind of gets through all the BS surface level stuff, and then move on, right? I have a couple other ones that I can attach in the description below if you're interested, but they're really, really fun, and you're able to get a good grasp on who a person is in a fun way. So there you have it. If you are transitioning from going out to the club and drinking and meeting people, or let's say you're on dating apps and you're meeting people and like it's just not working out, or you're just sober curious, you've been drinking for a while and you don't want to rely on alcohol to go out on dates, then I challenge you to try out this framework, to be able to figure out exactly what type of relationship that you want. And usually that also includes what type of traits that you're looking for in a relationship, which is a total different video. But being very specific on that, and then being able to go out and have fun, do things you like to do, meet people, not just women, meet everyone. And then if you meet somebody that's attractive, treat them just like a peer, as a friend. And if something romantic comes out of it, great. But if something not romantic comes out of it, then that's great too. So thank you guys so much for being here. If you have any other questions, comments, concerns, then write them in the comments down below, or reach out to me on Instagram. My Instagram is @_bo_green. Reach out to me for any sober tips you might have. Like I said, this took me like 7 years to figure out, so I'm giving this to you in under 20 minutes maybe. I don't know how long this video is, but thank you guys so much for being here. And if you have any other videos you'd like for me to make, feel free to reach out. Peace and love.